Okay. All right, great. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining the Zoom Monday beginners class. Last week, we went through opening to ward off left, and so we will go ahead and practice that together. I will go this direction. Okay.
Is Nancy spotlighted?
She is.
Is this?
Okay. All right. So we start with our feet shoulders width apart. If you can, both feet point straight, hands touching the outer part of your thighs, looking straight forward. Okay. And keep your head up. We're gonna. This is prepare. I want you to kind of tuck the tailbone down a little bit, relaxing the lower back, and breathing naturally. Okay. We're going to rotate our arms, palms facing back, lifting up to shoulder height. Once to shoulder height, we're going to turn the elbows down slightly and lead with the upper arm, then the forearms, and then the palms will end up flat in front of our hips. From here, we go to ward off left. We're going to shift slightly left, turning to the right, open 45 degrees, shifting to the right, circle your right arm up, closing with the left, arms closed, step, then left arm comes up, right arm goes down, turning slightly to the right. Now here we have to make sure that our posture is correct. So is your left knee in line with your left foot when you look down? Is your left arm kind of pointed straight towards the 3 o'clock direction, fingers pointing towards 3 o'clock? Your hand will not be straight up and down. It'll be slightly tilted, and the right palm here in front of the right hip. And we're looking at the 3 o'clock direction. Shoulders will not be square to 3 o'clock. They'll be a little bit turned more, but it's not going to be towards the corner. It's in between corner and straight. Okay, all right. So let's try that again. From here, feet shoulders width apart, hands touching the outer part of your thighs, tailbone tucked down slightly, and we go to opening. Rotate the arms and lift to shoulder height. Once to shoulder height, elbows turn down slightly, then letting the arms press down, leading with the upper arm, forearms, and then the palms. Now we're here almost at the bottom, palms flat in front of our hips. Ward off left, shifting slightly left, turning to the right, pivot 45 degrees. Here, I need for you to make sure that your left knee is in line with your left foot. Then turning back towards the 12 o'clock direction. We're in this seated position. Close your arms and step. Then left arm comes up, turning the body slightly to the right. Right arm goes down, right palm now. From here, if you lift it up, the tiger's mouth points directly to the left middle forearm, and we are looking straight forward. And make sure your hips are open, following the back foot direction. So don't have your hips turned, have your hips open. All right? Okay, one more time. From here, prepare. Opening, rotate and lift to shoulder height. Then, arms pressing down. Upper arm, forearm, then palms. Ward off left. Shift left slightly, turning to the right, 45 degrees. Turning to the right, we go into the sitting position. Arms closed, step. Then, left arm up, right arm down. Is your torso straight up and down? We're not leaning here. We're straight up and down, just like we were in prepare. Left knee in line with left foot, and right foot 45 degrees. Hips open, looking direction, palms slightly tilted, not straight up and down, slightly tilted, and right tiger's mouth pointing to the left middle forearm. All right, I'll go the same direction as you. Feet shoulders width apart, feet point straight. This is prepare. Opening, rotate and lift to shoulder height. Then, elbows turn down slightly, leading with the upper arm, forearm, pressing down with the palms. Almost at the bottom, ward off left, shifting left. Turn to the right, shift to the right, sit. Arms closed, step. Left arm up, right arm down, turning slightly to the right, looking at the 3 o'clock direction. This is ward off left. All right, how are we doing? Anybody have any questions? Okay, that's a no. All right, so let's look at the next movement. We're going to be doing right ward off, and we're going to be turning 90 degrees to the right. Okay, but when we turn 90 degrees to the right, then we know that the left foot only is going to go 45 degrees. Okay, so for instance, if I'm here at my bow stance 2-3 o'clock direction, I'm sorry, 12 o'clock direction, I'm going to shift back to the center. I'm going to turn my body to the right, and I'm going to pivot on my left heel 45 degrees. Now both of my feet should be parallel with each other. I'm going to shift my weight to the right, and I'm going to pivot on the right ball of my foot. I'm going to bring the right foot back slightly and step basically where I was with my heel edge. Then I'm going to move my weight forward, heel ball toe, bending the knee. Now I'm in a right bow stance. Right foot should be pointing straight to the 3 o'clock direction. Left foot should be 45 degrees from that, shoulders width apart, and hips following back foot direction. Okay, let's try that again. So let's take it from here, okay? So I'll go this direction. Okay. We shift to the left, turning to the right, open 45 degrees. Shift to the right, sit, then step out for your bow stance, heel, ball, toe, bending the knee. Okay, now we're going to go to the right. Shift weight to the center. Turn your body to the right, pivot on your left heel, 45 degrees. Now both feet should be parallel. Shifting to the left, pivot on the right ball of the foot and turn your hips slightly. Bring the right foot in and step back out where it was and move weight forward, heel, ball, toe. Make sure that your hips are following your back foot direction, so they are at a 45-degree angle. Do not have them too straight. You're closing off your hip joints. Okay, so I don't want you to have any kind of problems with your hip joints. We have enough problems, okay? All right, let's try it one more time. From here, shifting left, turn to the right, shift to the right, sit, step out, move weight forward, heel, ball, toe. Move weight to the center. Turn to the right, pivot 45 degrees. Both feet are parallel. Shift to the left, pivot on the right ball of the foot. This helps kind of free up the hip a little bit. Bring the right foot in and step back out where it was and move weight forward, heel, ball, toe. Make sure that your knee is behind your toes and it's following the toe directions, okay? Don't pick one toe, it's the whole foot. Then hips are following back foot direction, and we're in a good bow stance, okay? All right, so let me go this direction. Okay. Shift weight left, turn slightly to the right, pivot 45 degrees. Shift to the right, sit. Step out with the left heel edge, move weight, heel, ball, toe. Move weight to the middle. Turn to the right, pivot 45 degrees, both feet are parallel. Shifting to the left, pivot, turning your hips. Bring the right foot back and step back out and move weight forward, heel, ball, toe. Okay, this is the footwork for right ward off. Okay, does anyone have any questions on the footwork? Okay, footwork should be pretty simple. All right, let's talk about upper body movement now. Okay. Okay, let me go this direction. So here we are at left ward off. When you move weight back to the center, we're going to keep the arms the same. We're going to turn our body to the right and pivot on our left heel 45 degrees. When we do, I want you to keep the same shape, but your arms are going to move with your body. So now basically your fingers should be pointing off at a diagonal direction. Now, when we turn back to the left and we shift our weight to the left, I want you to rotate the left arm. See how the palm is facing back? I want your left arm to rotate so that the palm is facing forward, and I want you to flatten this right hand. So now we have one hand forward, one hand back. Then we're going to close our arms. When we close our arms, we're going to bring the right foot in. And when the arms close, we step. Make sure you're stepping wide enough for your bow stance. Then from here, as you move weight forward, heel ball toe, going into the right bow stance, the right arm comes up. Left hand passes right middle forearm and stops about 1 fist distance away. So your left finger should be pointing to the right middle forearm. Your right elbow should be in line with your right knee. Your right finger should be higher than your right elbow. So it's not going to look like this. The elbow's going to be down a little bit because we need to keep the elbow and the shoulder down. So in order to do that, let the elbow and the shoulder kind of go down slightly. Then the palm will lift up a little bit, and so the fingertip will be higher than the elbow. And we have this position. And our shoulders should be towards the corner direction, the left corner direction. Okay? All right, so let's try that again. Let me go this direction. Okay, from here, shift back to center, keep your arms the same shape. Turn to the right, pivot 45 degrees, let your arms turn with your body. Now your left hand should be pointing at a diagonal direction. As we move our weight to the left, we're going to rotate the left arm, palm facing forward. Flatten the right hand, and we're going to pivot on the right ball of the foot. Closing the arms. Bring your arms together. Leave the left arm on top. Right arm's going to stay on the bottom. As they close, bring the right foot in and step. Then, as you move your weight forward, right arm comes up, left hand passes right middle forearm and stops about 1 fist distance. Make sure your elbow is in line with your knee. Don't have your elbow inside or outside your knee area. We need this for support reasons, okay? So we need to make sure that we're stacking ourselves properly. So make sure that this elbow, right elbow, is in line with your right knee, okay? And make sure that you have some space in your left armpit. Don't close it off, have some space. Remember, Yang Family Tai Chi is known for big, round movements. So we have to make sure that our shape is rounded, okay? All right, so let me talk a little bit about the left arm rotation. Okay, okay, so this is where I give a talk about the queen. All right, how many of you have seen the queen and how the queen waves? Okay, so the queen, when she's sitting in her car and she's driving by the people, she takes her arm and she just rotates it as she waves to the people. She doesn't go like this and she doesn't go like this. She makes a whole arm rotation, okay? So when we're here and we turn to the right, and now our fingers are at a 45-degree angle about, then I want you to do a queen's wave. Just rotate your whole arm as it comes across, and it goes from palm facing back to palm facing forward. So what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to flip here and then just wait until you get here. The whole time we are turning, we are rotating, 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 rotating until we finish here. Now, when we finish, our left hand, our left arm is going to be outside of our shoulder area. So from here, I'm inside my area now. And as I start to rotate, 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 if I stopped here, this is in front of my shoulder. Well, I want to keep going just a little bit more than that. So I'm just a little bit outside of my shoulder area, okay? Then from here, the arm's going to just come back in, and then it's going to go down, okay? The right hand from here, when the left arm rotates, then the right arm is going to flatten. So now my fingers are going from flat, palm facing flat against the floor, to palm facing back. And I want you to have not this shape, but this shape. So if we hug our tree and rotate our arms like this, and then drop our arms like this is your shape, okay? So make sure that you have this rounded shape and not this straight arm shape, okay? So from here, we go like this, okay? So the elbow comes out slightly and to make this shape, this round shape, okay? This shape, okay? All right, so from here, we move weight back to center, turn to the right, pivot 45 degrees, arms turning with the body. Then as we turn to the left and shift our weight to the left arm starts to rotate, right hand starts to flatten, and we finish here, okay? This is the mirror image of, remember when we went and did left ward off and we were like this, okay? So now this is the mirror image of that. So we go back and we turn, and then from here we sit, okay? So we look like this. Then from here, closing the arms, when you start to close your arms, make sure the right palm comes up, okay? And the right foot comes in. And when your arms close, step. Make sure this left arm's traveling in. So they both come together. They work towards each other. Then from here, right arm comes up, left arm goes down slightly. Left hand fingers pass right middle forearm and stops about 1 fist distance. Now, if you do this movement correctly, then everything will fit in its place. It's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. You know how you have those puzzle pieces and then you find one and you put it with another one and it fits just right? And then there are other ones where you try to fit it in and it kind of fits. It looks like it fits, but it really doesn't go in all the way, or there's a little spacing here or whatever, okay? So this is the same thing that happens with this right ward off, okay? Oftentimes what people do is they'll shift back and they'll turn. And then they'll go like this. This right arm will start coming up and this left arm will start going down. And then when they go to close their arms, it's nearly impossible, because then you're going to want to close like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go like this. Okay? And we know that's not the way we do it. So keep your left arm on top. Back, turn. Now, when you turn back, just rotate the left arm. Level rotate it. Flatten the right arm or right hand, now fingers pointing down. Closing your arms. Keep your left arm on top. Close your arms and step. Then, very easily, right arm comes up, left hand passes middle forearm, and we stop when it's about 1 fist distance away. Okay? So as long as you keep everything the way they're supposed to go, the puzzle piece will fit just perfectly, okay? All right, so let's go from here, almost at the bottom, okay? And we'll go to ward off left. So shift slightly left, turning to the right, pivot 45 degrees. Shift to the right, sit. Close your arms, step. Then ward off left. Shift weight back. This is 1. 2, turn, pivot 45 degrees. Are both your feet parallel? 3, rotate your arms, flatten your arms, and sit. 4, close your arms, bring the right foot in and step. 5, right arm comes up, left hand passes middle forearm and stops at 1 fist distance. Is your right elbow in line with your right knee? Is your right knee behind your toes? Is your right fingertip higher than your right elbow? Are your shoulders open towards the corner? Don't make them square, open it towards the corner. And your looking direction is straight forward. Do you have space in your left armpit? Open your armpit, okay? All right, anybody have any questions on this so far? Okay, I take that as a no. All right, let's do this from here, almost at the bottom. All right, ward off left, shifting left, turning right, shift to the right, circle your arms, arms closed, step, ward off left, ward off right, back to center, turn to the right, pivot, shifting to the left, Queen's wave, flatten the right arm. Now you have your shape. Close your arms, keep the left arm on top, and step. Right arm comes up, left arm goes down slightly, right ward off. Right elbow and knee in a line. Left armpit's got space in it. Shoulders are open towards the corner, looking direction straight forward. Right fingertip, index fingers higher than the elbow. Okay, this is right ward off. How's this? Okay, let's try it one more time. I'll go in this direction. Okay, ward off, left, shifting left, turning to the right, pivot, shift to the right, sit, close your arms, step, ward off left, move weight forward, ward off right, back to center, turn to the right, pivot 45 degrees, feet are parallel, rotate the left arm, flatten the right arm, close your arms, step, move weight forward, right arm up, left arm down slightly. Okay, all right, let's try it again. I'll go this direction.
Nancy, I have a question.
Yes?
When I get into my final position warding off, I'm noticing that my left ankle feels like it's being strained a lot to try to keep my knee aligned. What am I doing wrong? Am I not wide enough in my hips, or am I too far in my stance?
Okay, so where on your body and your hip are you feeling it? Are you feeling it on the inside or on the outside?
On the it's on the outside of my ankle that I'm feeling it, down at the bottom of my foot on the left outside.
Uh-huh.
And
okay.
It's kind of a strain like through my knee.
Okay, all right. So what I'd like you to do, I'll be your mirror image. So if we're standing like here, okay, we're gonna go into a right bow stance, okay? So shift your weight to the left, no, to the right, to the left.
Okay.
This way. Turn to the right, shift to the left, sit, or shift to the right, sit, step out, move weight. Okay, now this is the wrong side. Okay, okay, so we gotta do the other side. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, hold on. It's going like this one. Okay. Shift to the right, turn to the left.
No.
Shift,
No, the other direction.
okay. Shift left, turn right.
No.
Shift to the right, sit, step, and move weight. This is a left bow stance.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to go this direction, right?
Right.
Shift, turn, pivot. Shift to the left, pivot. Bring the right foot in, step, move weight forward. Okay, so are you still feeling it on the outside part of your ankle?
A little bit. I feel like I have to keep the back of my heel and my ankle really firm to keep my knees straight. So it's still pulling, but it's not as much of a pull, but I'm still feeling it through my knee.
Okay, all right. What I want you to do is I want you to take put your hands on your hip. Okay, hands on your hip. Okay, are your hands diagonal or are they almost straight?
In general, I'd say they're almost straight. They're
okay.
well,
your hips must follow your back foot direction.
okay.
Otherwise, putting too much stress, tension, and then also your back knee's gonna feel it. Okay. So when you're in your right bow stance, take your hips and turn it so now that they're at a diagonal direction.
Okay.
Okay. When you look down at your front knee, is your front knee still in line with your front foot?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So I need to open up my hips wider, maybe?
Yeah. So it's your quad kind of tight, and this just kind of takes practice, Miriam.
Okay.
That I remember doing as a younger kid, just yesterday. Remember when we were in school and we did the butterfly? You remember the butterfly?
You mean the
Okay.
swimming technique?
No. Remember how we would sit on the floor and we get our feet together like this?
Oh, yes.
Push our knees down. This exercise here will open up your quad.
Okay.
So it's right here, okay?
Okay.
So when people start Tai Chi, their quad and their middle part of their body, their waist, are tight because they're muscles that haven't been used for a while, okay? So what we want to do is we want to get our legs, our knees as close as possible to the floor while keeping our feet flat against each other, okay? And so you know, in gymnastics, we would do this, we would push down, okay? So that's the opening up of the quad area.
Okay.
You can also do it by, you know, let me get back on the floor. By, you know, getting into this position, you know, just kind of leaning over a little bit, stretching here a little bit, okay? Have your toes point up. But what this is doing is it's going to make when your quad and when your middle body are tight, and you go to turn your hip, you'll turn your hip and your knee will come in.
Right.
Okay, right? Okay, so I had that problem actually with this one. My left knee would always go in.
Okay.
What you to feel is that your foot is flat on the floor, and what I used to have to do is I used to have to fight against my knee and push it into place. Okay, that's what I did. Okay, I'm not suggesting that you do that. But when you're in this position, when you open your hips to the diagonal direction, you're probably taking your foot with you, so you're going to feel the outside part of your foot come off the floor.
Right.
Okay? Just like when you turn this way, you're going to feel the inside part of your foot come off the floor. I need your foot flat. Holly Sweeney, one of our directors from, I want to say New Hampshire, but Montclair. She's in Montclair on the East Coast. Anyway, was it this last weekend or a couple of days before? Anyway, if you go on YouTube or if you go on, are you on Facebook, Marion?
No.
Okay, go on YouTube and on their Young Family Tai Chi, we're doing a series of Facebook Live videos. And what Holly did was she talked about the importance of the feet and how there's this band that helps steady our body into a place of more balance that comes from the foot. And so without saying it, she was basically saying our whole foot feet, both of our feet should be firmly planted on the floor. They should be flat on the floor. And to push down into the bubbling well, you have to have your feet flat.
I think because I wonder if maybe because I'm hearing that more about keeping the feet flat, now I'm realizing that I was probably accommodating my feet when I was doing it earlier, because I never really had a problem with this until, you know, this week. So I will try those exercises and I'll look at the YouTube videos.
Yeah, what you can do is, you know, go into your horse stance or, you know, your posture position and you know, move weight up and down, okay? And stay in this position and you're going to start to feel maybe your feet wanting to go out or in some, okay? And make sure that the knees follow the feet. This is really important as far as the structure of our body alignment.
Okay.
Posture, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it took me a while to get my knee to go over my toes. It did not want to do that. And so now it does because I worked it and I trained it to do that. But, you know, if I've done a lot of, you know, Tai Chi in one day, you know, let's say 8 hours in a day or whatever, then, you know, when I go into some movements, it'll start to come in and I can feel it. And I just send a message, no, and I put it right. So, you know, we just, you know, train our body to correctly align ourselves so
Okay.
that we're better supported by our feet. You
All
know,
right.
often, especially as women, you know, we've taken the job away from our feet. We were taught to do that. Basically, we weren't taught to really support ourselves. We stand like this with our feet together. And this is kind of basically like the point of a pencil. So we want to be the eraser side of the pencil. And so we want to be able to support from the top down or from the bottom up, okay, either way you look at it. So that's why the outside edge of the feet matches the outside edge of our shoulders. It's because, you know, if you look at a house and how they put up the outside walls, they're always flush against the foundation.
Right.
So what I'm trying to do here.
Okay, thank you.
Video, if I remember, then I will look and I will send you a link if you haven't already found it. But you know, I can do that after class today.
And what is her name again? Holly what?
Holly Sweeney.
Holly Sweeney. Okay. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Welcome. You know, this is really actually a very, very important question because, you know, along with myself, I started doing Tai Chi and I was not aligning properly. And it took me some time to be able to do that. So, you know, we all have something that we're working on to better ourselves, to, you know, according to how Tai Chi wants us to move and to be in the world. So don't be too hard on yourselves. Know that we are all a work in progress. And every time we do our Tai Chi and we become aware of how we're moving, how we're using parts of our body and things like that, it just brings us one step closer to being in a better state of balance. That's all. Okay?
I appreciate your help. Thank you, Nancy.
Oh, you're very, okay. So let's take this from the beginning. I'll go the same direction as you. I'm going to have my back towards you. And we're going to start with our feet, shoulders width apart. Prepare, hands at the outer parts of our thighs. Your finger, if you're wearing pants, should kind of, middle finger should be touching your the outside seam. Tucking the tailbone down a little bit, okay? And keeping the head lifted. We're going to rotate our arms for opening and lift to shoulder height. Once to shoulder height, elbows go down just a little bit as we lead with the the upper arm, then the forearm, then the palms. Almost at the bottom, we go to ward off left. Shift slightly left. Turning to the right, pivot. Shift to the right. Circle your arms. Sit, closing the arms, and step. Then move, weight, left, ward off. Ward off right, back to center. Turning to the right, keep your arms the same. They're turning with your body. Move to the left. Rotate the left arm, flatten the right hand, pivot. Bring the right foot in and step, closing the arms. Ward off, right. Now, are your hips following your back foot direction? So they're diagonal. Left finger's pointing to the right middle forearm. Right knee, make sure they're behind all your toes. Don't go past your toes. That's putting too much pressure. Okay, we have to stay in the middle. Okay, and we wind up here looking at the 3 o'clock direction. Elbow and knee in a line, facing the left armpit, looking straight forward. Okay, one more time. Prepare. Opening. Almost at the bottom. Ward off left. Shifting, turning, shifting, sitting, circling, step. Ward off left. Ward off right. Back. Turn. Rotating the left arm, flattening the right arm. Closing the arms and step. Ward off right. Okay, good. How are we doing, everybody? Anyone?
I have a question. So when you're coming from the last part of ward off left, where is your weight going next?
To the middle.
To the middle.
So we're 60-40. I need to be 50-50. So I'm going to come here to the center. Then I'm going to turn.
Okay.
So now a little bit more of my weight is here. Then I'm going to shift my weight over here. So now the majority of my on the left side, so that I can pick up this right foot, close my arms and step. Then from the back, I push forward. Then I'm going from here, 60%, 40% in the back.
Okay, 60, 40, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Oh, this is a really good movement. So your job this week is to practice from prepare, opening, ward off left, ward off right, and then next week we're going to complete the grasping the bird's tail, which is comprised of 4 energies: ward off, roll back, press, and push. So we will do press and push next week. Oh, a roll back. Sorry, I forgot about roll back. My husband had to remind me. So we got ward off, roll back, press, and push. So we'll do roll back, press, and push. Hopefully we'll get that done next week. We'll see. And if not, it's totally okay. We're quarantined and we don't have anywhere to go. So it's all good.
All good.
Okay, any
you,
other
Nancy.
questions?
Thank you.
No?
Sorry, I got here late.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you.
How did you? Again?
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Nancy. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Nancy, I can't unmute you without feedback.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thanks for